Yo, hey, we finna talk. This would have been a nighttime video, but it's finna be a daytime video. We finna talk about the 12 dimensions in 12 months. Now, you might be like, what is you talking about? Now, I'm finna explain. Look, so it's more than 12 dimensions, but we gonna keep it 12 to correlate with the months I'm talking about. So, boom. We're going to look at the month of December. We're going to jump all the way to December. That's the 12th month. We're going to look at that month as the 12th dimension, like Christmas time and all that. And since it's more dimensions than that. Now, remember that. But we're going to cap it off at 12 just so it can correlate with what I'm talking about right now. So, boom. We're going to look at the 12th month in the 12th dimension. And then we're going to go to the first month. And we're going to, I ain't going to compare to all the months, but I'm going to try my best off the dome, no notes, nothing, to explain each month and dimension and how I see the things from my mind and help project it into your reality so you can see what I see. Now, boom, let's get started. Now, boom, you got January. You can look at January as the first dimension, aka like the start. So you can look at that as, okay, people finding jobs, you trying to start something and get it into motion, or people maybe moving somewhere else or things like that. It's always like new starts in January. Now, if you the type of person in January hit and you ain't get a new start and everything still feel the same, it's because of something that's still the same within yourself. So it's a lot, like you might get thrown off into the world and be like, damn, how the fuck everybody else life changing and my shit not. I'm gonna tell you, what you gotta do is you gotta, before January even hit, bro, like, I mean, if it's in January, like, if it's in January, you can still fight the fight and change your life. Cause I done that shit. Like, it would be like the second month, second dimension, and you can still change your life in the second dimension. But as long as it don't go past the third dimension, you good. Cause once you get past the third dimension, that's like a old person set in their ways, or something set in their ways. Like the energies that you have put in the background, it's gonna manifest in that third month. So if you was a lazy ass nigga in January and February, you might even try to not be lazy in March, but the energies of that behind the scenes shit, cause it's like what you doing now, like for example, what you doing now, it's gonna lead to your future. So you know what I'm saying? Like, even if you ain't making no money now, you can still go do something productive, and it'll still lead to your future. Like, it might not be like what you think logically where it might lead to, but it'll lead somewhere in the unknown, like universally speaking. Now, boom. So back to this shit. So if you in January, that's like how I said before, we got a little bit ahead. That's the month you gotta lay the foundation. So you shouldn't be trying to build up the walls and all that unless you already on your house. Like, we're gonna look at this shit like a house, like we building a house. So boom. So we're gonna look at January as you laying down the concrete, or how you want your shit to stand. Like, you laying down how much square feet you want to cover for your year and all that. Now, boom. If you already in position, then that's better. You kind of get a boost, like you get a little XP boost. And then you can easily flow into the year better. But if you're starting off from scratch, it's not impossible to still get to the top. I'm gonna explain. Now, like I said before, you gotta change something within you. If you ever feel like, or you hear somebody be like, same New Year, same shit, it's cause you not changing nothing within yourself. So it's gonna reflect in your world like, oh damn, it's the same shit going on. So that's all that is. Now, when we get to February, that's the second dimension. That's when things like, you start to think about, you start to see how you really want to materialize that shit before you get to March. So that's where you really start setting goals in February. Now, if you're a person, you ain't really set no goals. Basically, when you setting goals in the 3D world, you basically, in the spirit, you saying like, it's like GPS traveling. Like, okay, boom. Say, for example, you may have like 10,000 in February, and if you don't set no goals on how you gonna stack that 10, you gonna lose that shit. Cause you're not setting the GPS direction, right? Your spiritual GPS is off. So you might be getting took into wrong turns and shit. and they ain't got nothing to do with what you really trying to do. So yeah, you gotta have your GPS right. So you gotta have like the latest software, like Waze or some shit, to see everything moving. Like if your spiritual GPS is not updated, then you gonna be like getting thrown off already in the second dimension. Before, like that's why when you get to the second dimension, you really gotta see how you finna move. Like the first dimension, that's like you finna go on a road trip and you like, oh, okay, let me get my clothes ready. Woo the woo, woo the woo. Then the second dimension is you like, okay, let me get my car ready. You know what I'm saying? That's what that is. And then let me get my oil change and all that. And because you don't want to be going down the road and you ain't need dead maintenance on your car, then your shit gonna break down. That's AKA a setback. So boom. So when you get to the third dimension, AKA March, you gotta really plan out things that's in reality. Because if you don't plan out nothing that's in reality, it's bound to break. And you gotta detach from reality while planning it out. Follow along. So you gotta plan out how you want your outside world reality to be while being detached from your reality in March. You can't get too caught up in the world in March. Don't get too. The best time to go into the world is after income tax season, after April, and when it hit May, like towards the end of April and May. But I feel like if you get into that bad though, stay down to just get out of school, bro. Like honestly, stay down to May, cause if you blowing that bag all the way from shit, February to April, about time May come, you gonna be kind of limited. Like you gonna be having regrets and shit. Like damn, I should have did this. Damn, I should have did that. You ever get to the summer and you just like you seen all the money you made, but you ain't save it, and you like damn, I could have went on vacation or something. Or I could have. So that's why it's best to have your spiritual GPS to ground it, so you can know, okay, when I get to this month all the way in the, aka let's say the seventh dimension, it's more easy flowing. It's not nothing like trying to bring you down or you just stuck. Like you don't want to be in the high dimension, but you still pull down by gravity. That's like you going in December. That's a high dimension month, but you ain't got no money or something. You just on hard times or something, and you just getting pulled down. So it's kind of like, that's like when people be like, it don't really feel like Christmas this year, or things that in the third. Like it's because you in a high month, but you vibrating low, so it's not gonna feel like Christmas. AKA that's what it'll come out into words like, oh, Christmas, holiday spirit. Like, but if you vibing low in the 12th dimension, you're not gonna feel the Christmas energy. But if you vibing high in that, you're gonna feel a lot of that no matter where you at. Even if you're in Africa, the Christmas is gonna feel real up. People might be giving you free water, free clothes, all that. But if you vibing low, you're not gonna get nothing or receive anything. So boom, follow along. So we in March. So I already talked about March, but I'm gonna explain it before we go to April. So yeah, March is the 3D dimension. That's when you start to materialize how you want things to go in your life and see the direction you want to take. Now we got to get to April. That's the 4th dimension. January, February, March, April. That's 4D right there. So 4D things gonna be popping out at you. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be like 3D. Like it's gonna be like 3D, but 3D, it's like you going to the movies or something, and then boom, shit, you got the glasses on. But 4D, it's gonna hit like you in virtual reality, so it's gonna feel a little bit of dreamy. Like, so April. So a lot of people might get their taxes back probably in like, I ain't gonna say a lot of people, but some people might get their shit back in like April or something. So boom. In April, you gotta really like still stay grounded while you going up, because you're in the 4th dimension. So the 3rd dimension is more physical. The 4th one is the soul. So the best way to stay grounded in April, you gotta do what you love to do, like, so you can stay grounded. Because 4th, that's related to your soul body. So you gotta do the things that's resonating with your soul. You can't really put too much emphasis on ego shit, because if you try to get all these clothes and all that shit, you gonna, when you get to the the 7th or 6th dimension, you gonna regret those clothes that you just got. You gonna be like, I ain't really need those clothes. But I mean, I still got them, but I ain't really need those clothes, because you don't want to get too caught up in it. You want to, if every time you get to a dimension, you want to think ahead to the next dimension, so you don't get stuck in one dimension. if that makes sense. Like, you gotta think 10 steps ahead. Like, each month that come, you gotta think ahead how you gonna come out of that month. Because if not, the month just gonna throw you around like a washing machine and you just gonna be bouncing everywhere. So you gotta have real grounded and be stable within yourself so your year play out good. So April, that's fourth dimension. You gotta start finding the things you like to do. So you might hear a lot of people around that time, they might be like, oh man, do I need another job or some shit? Cause you listening to your soul. And that's when you just seeing like, what do I need? This, that, and the third. Like, what is it for me that I need now? April. Now you in May. Now you in the 5D. That's the fifth dimension. So when you get to May, boy, that's when the kids get out. So towards the end of May, I know most kids get out in May. Some people get out in June, but I'm in Florida, so we get out in like May 30, 29th or whatever the fuck, like around the 20th, son. And then or maybe 25th. It depends on how it started and then where it's going to end in May. So boom. So May is like fifth dimension energy. So it's more freedom from the world, like from being down to the world, aka that's when the kids come out of school and shit like that around some people in May. So May, wait, no, wait, hold on, I'm tweaking. January, February, March, April. Fuck, I skipped the month. It's April, gang. So we on April, man. We ain't even hit May yet. I'm getting the M's confused. My fault, y'all. So boom, we in April. So January, February, March. I told y'all what to do in March. Now we in April. So in April, you need to find your soul. January, February, March, April, May. So that's May. So that's fifth dimension. Oh yeah, we right. Yeah, we on tab. I'm thinking like I'm off. Cause I be gone, so I be like, did I say the months right? Like that, I'm putting them in order right. So I did put them. So January, February, March, April, May. So around May, yeah, the kids getting out of school. Yeah. I thought I was mixing up the months and shit. So boom, yeah, I was right. So yeah, May, January, February, March, April, May. Yeah, it's gonna be higher above the 3D and more freedom. So that's when you get to see more vacations and all that. But if you was putting in all the energy in the first dimension, the second dimension, the third dimension, the fourth dimension, when you get to the fifth dimension, you're going to love it. Like, you're going to feel real good. You're going to be like, hey, and you're going to feel real set up for the future around May, even though it's still early in the year. Now, if you wasn't planting the right seeds and all that, when you get to May, you're going to be stuck like Chuck. I'm telling you, because you in the fifth dimension and you ain't really like, if the farther you get, you ever notice the farther you get in the months, the harder it is to get a job. You know why? Because when it's the first and second dimension, it's easier to get a job than when time passes and it gets to like seventh dimension and all that. That's why it's hard to get a job in the summer, because it's easier to start a business in the summer, but it's harder to get a job in the summer because there's too many people like in roles that's been already filled, like probably in the first, second, and third quarter. So niggas in full game time, they already got who they want for their roster. Like people already be kind of set in their ways of who they want. So that's why it's harder to get a job in the summer, but it's easier to start a business because it's gonna be more people getting a job or trying to work during the summer because they don't want to be broke and they want to go have fun. But it's gonna be less people starting a business, but it'll be a lot of successful people if they go about it right in their business and they in the right place with the right people, you know, things, location and that. So yeah, we in January, February, March, April, May. Yeah, we in May. So yeah, May, that's fifth dimension. It's gonna be more freedom and higher up from the lower dimension. And then that's when you pass that shit, you get into January, February, March, April, May, June. You get into June. That's the sixth dimension. So when you in June, that's when things that was within you start to express that out. Cause you know what I'm saying? Like the 7 chakras, that bit like right there in your throat, no diddy or whatever. Let me see, root. Like basically, if it was a chakra, it'll be like right around here. And then it's finna get ready to That's why you shining. That's why you might feel like you shining in the summer. Everybody pull out the dunks in the summer because that's 7th dimension energy. That's 6th dimension. That's like shining. AKA, you know what I'm saying? Shining in the summer. So boom. But if you wasn't putting in no work during those other dimensions back then, you ain't gonna really be shining during the summer. Now you can still shine no matter what you have, but you're not gonna shine as hard as others who was putting in that early work before you did, aka the early bird gets the worm. So the earlier you could do certain things, the better chances. Well, not really better the chances. Yeah, you could say that. The better the chances of you being on top in your own life will happen for you. So January, February, March, April, May. So that's May, and I said June. That's when you start to express yourself, and then you're like, oh, okay. And then when July comes, that's when you really start to express yourself, and then in your own independent way. That's like 7 dimensions. So and then you just like 7 chakras or some shit. So that's the top, crown, chakra, third eye, wherever we at. I ain't really got no chakra chart, but I know it's somewhere. It's either gonna be up there like crown chakra shit. So boom, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. That's 7. So boom, that's you expressing out into the world who you is, what you stand on, all of that, what business you got. That's the best monsters. You know what I'm saying? Show everybody who you is and how you get down, like, and this, that, and the third, aka that's why you always see a lot of people hopping down in the summer, aka why you see when you go to the beach, a lot of bitches got their ass out in the summer, because everybody just expressing who they is. Bitches probably just got done working out, doing all the workouts, and then they want to show their ass in the summer, and some, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that when you get to that month of 7, that's like a whole lot of expressing out, That's why everybody be out in July on that 7th month. Everybody going out vacation. Everybody doing this and the third or whatever. Now, if you the type of person you ain't plant no good seeds, well, you can plant good seeds and still be stuck. Like, you can be like a farmer who planted his seeds, but they ain't sprout yet. They might not sprout in July. They might sprout in like August or September or something. So it all depends on like when you planted your seeds and shit. But if you had planted your seeds early in the 1st dimension, when you get to the 7th dimension, aka July, you're gonna be able to express all that you just grew. So anything about you that you added on to yourself, everything gonna be expressed out into the world more clearly. Like, everything within you gonna be expressed out into the world. So that's why you gotta have your foundation right when you're going through these dimensions, aka these months. So it's a good way to look at it. This shit is deep. Now look, boom. Now we finna get to August. Now August, that's the 8th month. That's universal energy. The 8 is like universal. So that's like things going into your favor in a way. So like I know the 8, the 7 is luck. The 7 is good luck. So that's why a lot of good lucky things happen around and a lot of sparks and flying around July. That's, you know, when you rolling 7s, that's lucky shit. When you rolling dice, 7s, and everybody want to hit them 7s or them 12s. So boom, when you get to the 7th month, that's kind of like you now when you get to the 7th month, this is what you gotta do. You can't do the same things that you did in the 6th month. Because the 6th month is closest to the earth still. Even though it's farthest from the earth, it's closest to the earth. It's kind of like you being a star on earth, but you in your spirit, and you got a strong spirit. But when you get to the like August, you got to come back down. You got to humble yourself. You can't be still balling like how you was in July. You got to humble yourself. You can't be stunting like how you was in June. You got to humble yourself. Because you, even though you high, you on the 7th dimension, it's responsibility that come with that. Cause you know, oh, that's something I have to drop. Now boom, if you're on the 7th month, it's responsibility and staying down. AKA when the 7th month come around August, most kids go back to school, cause it's the responsibility coming back around, and it's that reality check, and you got to get back grounded. You got to take your ass back to school. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when you get to that 7th month, aka if you're not in school, it's best to save your paper. Just save your money. Don't even be doing too much. Like, just chill. Let everybody still think it's July while you just staying down and coming up. Now, boom. That's on 7th dimension. So basically, you can go up, but this is the first internal month. August is the first internal month before you get to the most internal month in December. So when you get to like August, it's best for you to just stay down and chill. Like, don't be doing all the shit you used to do when it was summer, because you going to fuck around and go back 10, 5, 15 steps. So you got to come back and stay down. So, boom. That's August explained, aka 7th dimension. Now you go in 8th dimension, that's September. Now in September, it's either gonna be the best month or it's gonna be the worst. Cause it all depends though. Like, cause in September we got some good things that can happen, and then you got some bad things that can happen. And you already know, like, when I say the word September, you already can see like the energy. You might be thinking about 9/11 or some shit. And then I'm not saying like, I'm saying that's a bad version of the September energy. That's like things just, I'm not saying that like how like, you know, the tarot, it's a tower card. So it's like things falling, things in the physical falling down, but you getting an enlightenment on things. So basically, like after 9/11 happened, the US probably got more security on things like that, so that can't happen in the future. But it's gonna, basically September is gonna be either the best month ever, or you going up, or it's gonna be the worst. It can go either way. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a how can I say it? It's like a it's weird. I can't explain it, but when you get, every time you get into September, it feels like a plain month, but it's really like, it's one of those months that could change your lives, like, in a way. Like, it's like September is one interesting month. Like, when you think about it, I ain't never really think about it like that to just now. Like, I really just looked at September as like a plain old month, but that's the 8th month. That's the 8th dimension. So yeah, the September month, that shit is very magical. I feel like during that month, it's real powerful with manifesting. You can manifest a lot of things during that month. Like, aka, when I feel like when some people get around September, they might already be thinking about Christmas shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, September is a powerful month. Like, don't sleep on that month. Like, I feel like that month right there, it's less dealing with money, but more about intentions and how you want things to go in your life and where you want things to be directed and stuff like that. Like, you still saving money, but you done already got through all those lower dimensions dealing with money, finances, and people and all that. So you in September, it's more about like you in the next direction, and in your current direction. It's like you being on the highway, and then you want to see, let me switch lanes and go in this lane, and then see if this lane moving smooth. But if you still in the same lane in the highway and it's September, and it's on some shit, basically, like, that's like me saying you in the same lane, like you doing the same thing you was doing like 5 months ago. You in the same lane, but it's not, you're not changing your lane in a good way. Like, you just, you're not staying in your lane in a good way. You staying in your lane, but your lane is stagnant. Like, I feel like September represent like a highway in the fast lane. It's either it's gonna be moving real good and smooth for you, or it's gonna be ass and moving slow. Now we're gonna get to September, October. So January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. Wait, I'm geeked up. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. You know what, you boy? I think I just missed the month. January. I explained January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Oh, I see what I did. August is the 8th. It's the 8th month, my boys. August is the 8th month. The 9th month is September. What I really tried to say is September is the 9th dimension month. So basically, that's, I was explaining it right, but I think I was thinking we were still on 8th dimension. Like January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. Like, I was explaining it right. The way I just explained September is right. But I think I was calling it the 8th dimension on accident. But that's really the 9th dimension. That's why I said that bit powerful. Because, you know what I'm saying? That's like universal energy being shot out of you and being directed into where you want it to go. But if you ain't got too much power within you, then the energies of you trying to shoot out, it's going to be like Spider-Man when he tried to shoot his web, and that jump was like, he was trying to shoot it like that and jump in the first Spider-Man. Like, so it's funny how I just said Spider-Man in September. It go together, man. It's the essence. It's the essence and the essence. Now look, February, September, October, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. Now this 10th dimension, we in October. Now this is why you always see, why every time you get in Halloween, why you think everything is always in the spirit? Because it's the one of the highest months where things start to incline out the physical and feel more floaty and into the spirit, into space and all that. So that's why you got Halloween and all that, because it's representing like things beyond the physical, like different creatures and all that. It's representing shit beyond the physical. So now what are you into? Like, what are you now? I feel like around this month, it's either you're gonna be into good things or you're gonna be into bad. That's why Halloween and the month of October, it got like a half yin yang energy for real, for real. Like that O in October, that bit really dealing with yin yang energy. Cause it's either you on the positive side or you on the negative side in that month. So it's like other things going good for you in that 10th dimension. It's out of the things that you wanted and all that, it's gonna come in the next 2 dimensions or 1, or the things that you wanted, it didn't come, and then because you didn't plant the right seeds. So you know what I'm saying, like pumpkin seeds and all that. It's really like a little harvesting month. October really a month where you can just sit back, relax, and enjoy like the harvest. Enjoy the harvest physically speaking. And then you can still, while you're enjoying your harvest, you can still accumulate more and plant more seeds. So AKA like it's like a 10th month type harvesting energy. So basically it's like a month where it's possibilities, but it's still growth, if that makes sense. But you far from the physical because you're in the 10th dimension, but you can still make things happen off the spirit. So it's kind of like, how can I say it? Like, you know how when it's the 10th dimension, it's October, and then the next month cock in, and it be like on some Black Friday shit. Wait, am I tripping? Is Black Friday in like November or December? I mean, no, I'm tweaking. I know Black Friday in December. Is Black Friday in November or October? I think that been in October. I mean, not October. I think the Black Friday in November, if I ain't mistaken. So that's why every time it gets to the 11th month, you see the Black Friday shit. Now, if it's Black Friday, why you think every time Black Friday come, all the sales and all the shit, it goes down? You know why? Cause it's a month in a higher dimension that's away from the physical world, basically. So that basically means like all the electronics and all that was one price in the beginning of the year is gonna go down, because you're in a higher dimension and less people is thinking about that. That's why you don't never be thinking about electronics and all that till Black Friday commercials start popping up. Why is that? Because it's the highest month of detachment. October, November, and December. Yeah, it's the highest month of detachment. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you in that October. No, I'm not October. We in November. I'm tripping. Yeah, so when you're in that Black Friday energy, that's just the world trying to pull you back into physical things to like again. Like say for example, you done shot past the lower dimensions and all that, and then boom, you get to October, you're not even thinking about like all this external stuff no more. You're not even thinking about popping out. You trying to just get money, stay in the house type junk. And it's getting dark late too. I mean, it's getting dark early, so you ain't really trying to do too much. So boom, it's getting cold too. So but you really within yourself and you going so October, it's really a month for going within too. But since it's the 10th energy. Wait, not October. I'm tweaking. Wait, October? Oh yeah, I ain't tweaking. Since October is the 10th month, people still kind of got that energy of going out, like, if that makes sense, like the start of going out, aka if you take October and you look on the opposite side of the calendar and then think about the month, January, February, March, April. Let me do this. It's the 3rd month before the summer. What's the 3rd month before the summer? I think it's May. May, June, July. Yeah, it's May. So look at May. Everybody start popping out, but it's when you pop out in May, it's more externally because everybody getting out of school, they getting out of college and all that woo. So it's a more external pop out. But when you get to October, it's an internal pop out. You pop out at the dark time. You pop out at night. You pop out without looking. When you go out, see, look at this. When it's summertime and you finna go outside, it's something in the world, in the outside world, that made you want to go. But when it's not summertime no more and it's winter and fall, it's gonna be something within you that make you go outside. If that makes sense. Like the things on it. So you can replay that what I just said, but I ain't finna say it again. So matter of fact, I'll say it again. If you is on the like in May, right? You will pop out externally. Cause that's the start before you get the, like, aka May, June, July, like boom type shit. That's you turning up, hot girl summer, whatever. Woo woo, whatever you do. That's when all the thoughts and fuck boys come out and shit. I wouldn't even recommend you even being out during the summer, but if you want, but your spirit gonna want to go out anyway, cause your spirit, it want to do stuff, like, and your soul gonna want to do something. So you can still go out in the summer, but just don't get lost into the summer. Like, you gotta know how to maneuver in the summer, cause if you get lost, if you lose yourself in the summer, when you get to the 8th dimension, you gonna really feel lost. AKA like when school get back. That's why a lot of people, they might get back into school around that time, be like, damn, do I really want to do this shit? Like you probably lost yourself and found yourself. Like, you lost yourself. If you lose yourself, it's not bad. But if you find yourself, that's better. If that makes sense. Like, you can lose yourself into what you thought you liked it, but you can find yourself and truly know what you like, if that makes sense. So yeah, so that's why I say, like, I wouldn't say like you should be not doing nothing when July comes, cause you gonna automatically want to do something, cause everybody else gonna be doing something. But I say when you do something, do it smarter than everybody else. So when the next dimension come, you was thinking ahead, and then everybody might be broke during the summer, and you like, man, I'm in the 8th dimension. I'm with God, like on some junk like that. Like you ain't gonna be stuck in the physical, like when the seasons change. Like, you're gonna be already ahead. So yeah, that's why it's good to think ahead too, but it's best to stay in the moment but think ahead at the same time. But don't be thinking too far into the past, but learn from it though. Now we gonna get to, what's the next month? Shit, with damn, this is a long ass video. I had to take a little smoke. All right, now we did November. Now we in December. So I told y'all that November is like a detached month too, but it's a detached month, but AKA Thanksgiving. You're detached from the physical, but you're giving thanks to the small things within you and around you. AKA it's 11th dimension energy. So 11th dimension is far from the physical. Far from the physical. It's like higher than that, John. So it's higher than the 6. Like, so that's why you don't ever see no don'ts out during this time. Like, why you think you always see don'ts and shit come out during the summer? Like cars with big rims and all that, cause that's lower. It's not. It's lower but higher energy. You'll see maybe a few don'ts in the 3rd, 4th. And maybe in the 5th, a little bit, you'll start to see the pickup. But when you get to 6th and 7th dimension, that's when you really see the don't stop for real. Like, but if a nigga in like the 11th dimension, that AKA November, you might just be like just thankful about everything that you had accomplished in all those previous dimensions. So that's why it's a time to give thanks and just reflect and chill. You know what I'm saying? Spend time with your family and all that. But I feel like honestly though, I feel like you spend time with your loved ones all the time though. Like, I want to say like just around Thanksgiving, you spend time and eat with them. But I need to do that too. I need to spend more time with my loved ones too. So I ain't perfect either, but I'm just saying, like, just evaluating the time with people. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like the earth, it like to throw you in so many things, and then it just, I wouldn't say it'll waste your time, but it'll take away time from you, from the people you love. So I say, yeah, it's best to just practice like around that Thanksgiving time. It's just really like coming within to yourself, like getting back humble, but being on top. Like, y'all can eat at a whole table, but y'all humbly eating. Y'all thankful for the meal that's on y'all table. You know what I'm saying? So that's 11th dimension. Now, 12th dimension, that's Christmas time. That's the 12th month. That's when you start to see more. It's like an internal summer. Like, when you get to July, it's a more expressive, like flashy, everybody got their ass out and shit. But when you get to December, it's more of a summer. It's a winter summer, if that makes sense. December is a winter summer. And then since it's the 12th month, it's the highest, and then it's in the highest dimension in the accumulation of months behind it. That's when everybody be like, oh, Christmas time, we finna give out gifts and we finna receive gifts and all that. Cause it's like that's the 12th cycle of the harvest or some shit like that or whatever. Like boom, the harvest just went through a full cycle. So all them seeds you just planted, you can reap the rewards at the 12th month. Like really, it's on some shit like that. Like I feel like if you follow this, even I'm saying this to me, but y'all can take my advice too. Like I feel like you'll save a lot of money if you just let the fruits of your labor accumulate. When you get to December, you can buy whatever you want. But your birthday, you can buy whatever you want on your birthday too though. I'm not saying you should shun yourself on your birthday. But I'm saying like, you know how when you a kid and your people, they don't get you nothing until those days. I feel like, but when you get older, you might try to get those things no matter what day it is. I feel like if you keep practicing and having that kid consciousness, or you gotta wait until this time to shine, then you gonna shine, and you ain't gonna never be down, and you gonna be always up at the right time when it come around. You get what I'm saying? Cause you ain't really wasting your harvests on BS. You know what I'm saying? Out in the world and all that. So. Yeah, when you get to that 12th month, man, it's the accumulation of your harvest. All those seeds you just planted and all them fruits, it's supposed to come back to you. Now, if you ain't really getting that back and you in the 12th month and you probably like broke or something, don't feel bad, but just know it just means you got to plant better seeds the next year coming up. That's all that means. You just got to plant better seeds when the next year pop up on you. And then whatever state you in, when December roll around, it's gonna show you like what you did during that year. Like it's gonna show you like, did you hit those goals, all that woo when the summer come around. So yeah, man, that's the 12 dimensions explained with the 12 months. I'm done.